Hello, my name's Julie Hebert. I'm here to go over your benefits for fabrication and construction for the year beginning July 1, 2026. This will be quick and easy. There are no changes this year. The carriers are all staying the same. Plans are staying the same. I'm going to continue with United Healthcare with three options for you to choose from. The life insurance, supplemental life insurance, dental and vision will continue with Guardian. So we'll go over the highlights, but not a lot has changed this year. So with the medical insurance, you have a choice of three plans with United Healthcare. F&C does pay the majority of the premium. This year, there will be a small charge to the employees on a weekly basis, and I'll show you that in just a second. There are two different options. Plan 1 and 2 are both PPO plans, meaning that you have access to the United Healthcare Choice Plus network, which is the largest network. If you need to go out of network for some reason, you do have coverage and benefits there on both of Plan 1 and 2. If you choose plan number 3, it is an HMO, and you are required to select a primary care physician. And the Navigate network is smaller than the United Healthcare Choice Plus network. And you also won't have benefits if you choose to go out of network. Now, if you're taken by ambulance or it's an emergency and you end up in a non-network hospital, they'll treat you and take care of it. But if you just say, you know what, I really like this doctor over here and it's not in the network, then you're just going to have to pay like a cash price. So when we look at the plans side by side, plan number 1, plan number 2, as I mentioned, are in the United Healthcare Choice Plus network. Plan 3 is in the Navigate network. You are required to have that primary care physician in plan number 3. Plan number 1 has a $1,500 deductible for each member covered on the plan, $3,000 maximum for the family. After you've met that $1,500, if you're having something like a CAT scan or an MRI done, you would pay 20% of the cost, and United Healthcare would pay 80% up until the point you've spent $5,000 per individual. Then everything's covered at 100%. Your primary care type office visit is going to be $25. Your specialist visit is going to be $75. This is going to include dermatologist, cardiologist, any kind of doctor that ends in an ologist is going to be a $75 copay. The urgent care copay is $50, and the emergency room copay is $300, plus you have to reach that deductible, and then they pay 20%. So we always encourage you to find an urgent care that's close to you and be familiar with that and ready to use that when you need it, because when you need it, you don't really feel like going to the doctor, going to the network provider search and finding that information. So we encourage you to have that beforehand. If you can avoid an emergency room, that's what they're trying to steer you towards, is using the urgent care, because the copay there is $50 versus $300 in that emergency room. Labs and x-rays are subject to your deductible, and then they're covered at 80% and you pay 20%. Same for hospital and outpatient services. The prescription drug plan is listed below. It's based on whether it's a generic, a retail brand, or if it's like a specialty medication. So the different tiers depend on the kind of medication that it is. Plan number 2 is also in the United Healthcare Choice Plus, so it is a PPO plan, and you can choose that network. But this is a high deductible health plan. So the first $3,500 that you spend on the plan are going to come out of your pocket just as you incur them. You're going to give them their card, and you're going to pay the agreed upon amount that United Healthcare agrees to reimburse the provider for, but you're actually going to make that payment. After you've spent $3,500, then everything's going to be covered at 100%. So everything is basically subject to the deductible, and then it's covered at 100% for all these services down here. Plan number 3 is a Navigate plan. So this is very similar to plan number 1, but it does use the HMO network where you have to have that primary care physician, and it uses the Navigate network. It does have the same $1,500 deductible. It has a maximum out of pocket of $5,000, $10,000 for a family unit. The copays are $25, $75, $50. So it's a very similar, if not mirrored plan between 1 and 3 with just different networks. So here are the pricing for 2026 starting in July 1st. Here's some information on how to find a doctor. If you do go with that HSA option, here's some information on how to take advantage of the tax savings on those plans. This is talking about the life insurance. Fabrication Construction pays for everyone to have a $25,000 life insurance policy. We want to make sure that your beneficiaries are up to date and it's still the right person there. You can also purchase additional voluntary life insurance for yourself, your spouse, and your children. So for yourself, you have guaranteed issue if it's your first time to enroll. As a new employee, you can go up to $100,000. If not, you'll need, if you're, say you didn't pick it the first year and now you're ready to, think, well, maybe I bought a house, I'm ready to have some life insurance. That's fine, but you are going to have to do some evidence of insurability and make sure that the insurance company wants to provide you with this coverage. You can go up to 300,000 as the employee. Spouses can go from basically 5,000 to 25,000, and children are a $10,000 coverage. So dental insurance is going to also continue through Guardian. There's no changes here. So you can go and get your preventative care done twice a year, get your teeth cleaned, get your x-rays, all those things taken care of, and there's no charge. It's covered at 100%. If while you're there, they say, uh-oh, Julie, looks like you have a little cavity. Well, they're going to pay for that cavity after a $50 deductible per person, a max of 150 for the family. Then they're going to pay 80% of that tooth repair, and you're going to pay 20%. Let's see, the vision insurance is going to continue through Guardian, and you'll be able to cover yourself and your dependents on this. It is through the VSP network. You can go and get your eyes checked for $10. You can do that every year, and then you can get new lenses for $25. They're going to give you $130 towards your frames and 20% off of anything over than that. You can choose between contacts and glasses. If you choose contacts, they're going to give you $130 towards the contacts. If not, then you can do one or the other, but not both in the same year. So there's the premiums for that. So this is your open enrollment time. So this is your time to make changes in who you cover and which plans. If it happens that you say sometime along in September, maybe right now you don't have your wife covered on your plan, but she loses her job, she needs to be added, you have 30 days to let us know. So things like birth of a child, adoption, marriage, death, divorce, these are all things that allow you to make changes in your coverage, and you just need to let us know within 30 days. This is talking about just some kind of unusual circumstances like COBRA, Medicare, how it works. You will use the Ease HR enrollment tool again. You'll receive an email from me through their system to enroll online. Here's some information on how to use the MyUHC app and the Guardian app. So if you haven't already done so, we encourage you to do that. There's a lot of helpful information in there. Speaking of helpful information, right here on the front of this is my name, phone number, email. If I can ever be of assistance, please let me know. We're always here for you guys. Thanks so much.